My mom just gave me an ultimatum, Shez, forcing me to go on a blind date immediately. The date is with the eldest daughter of the Shen family, a woman with a net worth in the billions, a famously cold and ruthless Ice Queen CEO. Rumor has it that not only is she completely aloof, but she also suffers from severe bipolar disorder. Her emotions are incredibly unstable. To completely sabotage this arranged marriage, I decided to just act like my true self, pretending to be a totally useless, good-for-nothing slacker. But what I don't get is,
why is she looking at me like that?
staring at me like I'm some kind of rare treasure. Her Majesty the Queen Mother called me, and immediately started blasting me. That tone of hers was so fierce I couldn't even get a word in edgewise. Lu Xinya, get your ass to the Tingyu Pavilion for this blind date right now. The other party is Shen Qingqiu, the eldest daughter of the Shen family. If you dare screw this up, freeze all your credit cards. I, Lu Xinye, am the sole legitimate heir to the top-tier wealthy Lu family. My lifelong ideal can be summed up in two simple words: laying flat. For this grand goal, I've diligently pretended for over 20 years, successfully turning myself into a lazy playboy, an uneducated, spoiled, rich kid, forcing me to go on a blind date, and with the legendary Ice Queen CEO no less, someone with ruthless tactics but emotions that could collapse at any second. Shen Qingqiu.
Isn't this?
Clearly treating me like a joke. Whatever. I definitely have to ruin this. Tingyu Pavilion, a high-end private club. VIP room 3. I purposely dragged my feet, showing up half an hour late. When I pushed the door open and walked in, I was still humming some random tune. The woman sitting across from me heard the noise, and the moment she looked up, I felt the temperature in the VIP room suddenly drop a few degrees. She was wearing a perfectly tailored white suit. Her features were so exquisite you couldn't find a single flaw. So this is Shen Qingqiu. Damn, she's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that face, that figure. Too bad she has a giant iceberg, and a typical workaholic to boot. I heard she even has bipolar disorder, constantly swinging between manic and depressive episodes. Whoever marries her is cursed for 8 lifetimes. I should just make this quick. Try to get her to block me in 3 sentences. Then hurry home to continue my lavish lifestyle. I plastered a sleazy playboy smirk on my face and crossed my legs naturally without any pretense. Miss Shen, right? Sorry to keep you waiting. Traffic was a nightmare on the way here. Shen Qingqiu's hand, which was about to pick up her glass, imperceptibly stiffened. She stared intently at me, and for the first time, a hint of confusion appeared in her eyes. Waiter, bring the menu. Miss Shen, don't be polite with me.
Order whatever you want. It's my treat today,
I said generously. It's my dad's money anyway. I don't care. Hurry up and order. Once we order, we can leave quickly. This crappy chair is too. It's hurting my ass. It doesn't even compare to my chair at home. My ergonomic gaming chair is way more comfortable. Shen Qingqiu's gaze on me grew even stranger. Not only was there no disgust, but the corners of her mouth even twitched up slightly. An illusion. It must be an illusion. Mr.
Lu, you can decide.
Then I'll have a portion of your most expensive caviar, and open a bottle of 82 Lafite. The caviar at this place is so salty it's bitter, and that so-called Lafite tastes like watered-down industrial alcohol. It only fools idiots who don't know any better. If she actually nods to this, then her taste is just so-so. I'd rather go home and drink the plum wine I brewed myself. Shen Qingqiu's knuckles, gripping her water glass, turned slightly pale from the force. She looked at me, and for the first time, ripples of emotion appeared in her eyes. Get me a glass of warm water. Thanks, but I'll pass on the wine. I'm allergic to alcohol. A few seconds later, I said,
Why isn't this woman following the script?
Shouldn't the normal reaction be to storm off in a huff?
Why is she still chatting?
No, I need to up the dose. Miss Shen, you're really beautiful. Be my girlfriend. I don't have any grand ambitions. It's just that my family is so poor. All we have left is some filthy money. Stick with me, and I guarantee you'll wear designer brands every day and drive supercars. That should be enough to disgust anyone, right? Oh man, I silently waited for her to throw that warm water in my face. However, Shen Qingqiu just quietly looked at me, looking at me like she was meticulously studying some rare treasure. Her phone vibrated, seemingly a work report. Her brows immediately furrowed. A clear flash of annoyance and pain appeared in her eyes. This is the warning sign of an impending bipolar episode. Great. Hurry up and lose it. Looking at this expression, there must be trouble at work. Her assistant chose this exact moment to text her. No tact whatsoever. It's definitely a problem with the quarterly report. Just call the heads of finance and sales directly. Run a cross-data comparison chart, and you can find the issue in 30 minutes. Seriously, what a bunch of idiots. Really delaying her from getting off work and going home. Shen Qingqiu suddenly picked up her phone. Her fingers tapped rapidly on the screen. A few seconds later, she put the phone down. The miraculous thing was, the annoyance and pain that had just gathered on her brows vanished in the blink of an eye. The oppressive feeling was gone. She looked at me with a probing gaze. Amidst my eager expression, her red lips curled up slightly. We can give it a try. Huh? Give it a try. Give it a try. My smile instantly froze. I felt like I just got punched in the gut. Try what the hell? Try cremating me and scattering my ashes. Is there something wrong with this woman's head? I've already shown myself to be such a useless scumbag. And she actually agreed. Does she actually like this type? A faint smile flashed in Shen Qingqi's eyes. You didn't mishear me. We can start dating. Try getting to know each other. My mouth hung open. I couldn't utter a single word. The script wasn't written like this. Logically, she should have chewed me out. Then the date would be a failure. And I'd go back home to continue laying flat. What the hell is this? I'm done for. I'm totally screwed this time. If my mom finds out I bagged the female CEO, she'll definitely force me to work at the company from now on. My life of laying flat, my big meals, my homemade rice wine. Is it all going to slip away from me? Shen Qingqiu looked at my pale face. She took the initiative to serve me a piece of steamed sea bass.
You don't look so good.
Eat up. I stared at the fish in my bowl. It felt like I was looking at a red-hot piece of iron. This woman is definitely sick in the head. The more useless I am, the more she cares. Could this be the legendary contrarian constitution? Shen Qingqiu looked up. She looked deeply at me, with a gaze like she was looking at an unreasonable child. I don't like caviar and red wine. I only like Chinese food.
What a coincidence. I like it too.
Especially this steamed sea bass. The heat control is perfect. The chef's skills aren't bad. Too bad, I have absolutely no appetite right now. Shen Qingqiu seemingly ignored my expression. She ate elegantly. It's just that she seemed to be holding back a laugh. Fine, next date, I'll take her to an internet cafe all night. Then, well, go eat spicy hot pot at a street stall. I don't believe a billionaire CEO like her can handle that. The meal ended. I bolted out of the club like a wild dog off its leash. I felt like I had just narrowly escaped the execution grounds. As soon as I got in the car, my mom called. Son, Shen Qingqiu is very satisfied with you. Mom, this is a misunderstanding. There is no misunderstanding. Qingqiu said you're very genuine, not pretentious. Unlike those flashy cheap guys out there, I was dumbfounded.
Genuine my ass.
She doesn't have mind-reading powers, does she? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. I hung up the phone, stepped on the gas, and sped off like a rocket. What I didn't know was, after I left, her assistant, Chen Jing, looked completely incredulous. Boss Shen, are you serious? You really want to date that young Master Lu? Shen Qingqiu wearily rubbed her temples. Since yesterday, her bipolar disorder had entered a manic phase. Her whole body felt like a powder keg ready to explode at any moment. Everything she looked at was an eyesore. But just now, when she heard Lu Xinye's inner sarcastic remarks, the tightly wound nerves in her head that were about to snap inexplicably relaxed. His messy, rambling thoughts were like a harmonious symphony, soothing her emotions. This was the first time in 5 years she managed to pull herself out of the abyss without relying on medication. Chen Jing, look something up for me. The most famous spicy hot pot stall in the south of the city.
Where exactly is it located?
Ha! Shen Qingqiu didn't explain. She just slightly curled her lips. An all-night internet cafe, a street stall. For the next few days, I couldn't help but feel anxious. I didn't leave the house for 3 straight days. I stayed cooped up all day brewing grape wine, trying to numb my fragile heart. I can't take this kind of life anymore. My laying flat plan has officially gone bankrupt.
What exactly does Shen Qingqiu like about me?
Does she think I pose absolutely no threat?
That the perfect tool.
My phone suddenly rang at the worst possible time. 3 big words flashed on the screen. Shen Qingqiu. My hand trembled. I almost dropped my glass of grape juice on the floor. Hello, beautiful Miss Shen. Miss me already?
Where are you at home?
I'm bored to death. How about we go out and find some fun? Come on, let's go hurt each other. I've prepared thoroughly. A dirty, chaotic street in the south of the city. A luxurious, greasy package. All right, just wait at home. I'll come pick you up. She hung up straight away. I stood there frozen, unable to snap out of it for a long time. Half an hour later, a Bentley pulled up to the door. I purposely changed into a skull t-shirt, ripped jeans, and flip-flops. I swaggered into the car. Shen Qingqiu glanced at me. Her eyes lingered on my flip-flops for exactly 0.1 seconds.
That's right.
Despise me. Hurry up and kick me out of the car.
Drive.
Nani.
Where are we going? Didn't you already make arrangements?
How did she know? Did those 4 playboys spill the beans?
Whatever. It'll just stick to the plan.
To the night market in the south of the city. The driver's hand slipped. The steering wheel swerved. Chen Jing looked at me like I was an alien. Only Shen Qingqiu remained expressionless. The atmosphere in the car was incredibly awkward. I had to find something to talk about. Miss Shen, what keeps you busy normally? Please don't talk to me about work. Stocks, funds, futures. Just hearing the names gives me a headache. Reviewing contracts, attending meetings, occasionally dealing with a few clueless idiots. Haha, see, I knew it. She really is an incredibly boring woman. She has absolutely nothing in her life besides work. How pitiful. Shen Qingqiu pinched her fingers, suddenly stopped, and looked up straight at me. What about you? Besides laying flat, what else is there in your life? I drink, go to bars, play games. When life is good, you have to enjoy it. Whatever makes me happy, I do it. Actually, I prefer working out at home, cooking following recipes, brewing some wine, and finding some obscure indie movies to watch. Bars are too noisy. Really, I quite like watching movies too. Do you watch The Wolf of Wall Street or The Godfather? This kind of workaholic definitely only watches commercial blockbusters to learn how to exploit employees. Shen Qingqiu gently shook her head. After a moment of silence, she spoke up. Kikujiro. I was suddenly stunned. Kikujiro, that heartwarming, emotional movie. She actually watches this genre. I looked at her cold face. My heart suddenly skipped a beat. This woman doesn't seem to match the image I had of her. The South City night market. It was packed with people. I swaggered around in my flip-flops. Shen Qingqiu, wearing a high-end suit, looked like a goddess who had wandered into the mortal realm. Completely out of place, all the passers-by simultaneously stared at us, with eyes full of pity for this Beauty and the Beast pairing. That's right, just like that. Let her feel the cleansing of the public's gaze. Realize that we're not from the same world. If you can't take it, hurry up and leave. I purposely led her to the most crowded spots. Miss Shen, look how lively it is here. Let's go play that. I knew she was reaching her limit, but she just gave a slight nod. All right, she still isn't leaving. Just a little bit is fine. Fine then, today I'll show you what real grassroots entertainment looks like. I dragged her to a spicy hot pot stall. Boss, 2 bowls of spicy hot pot. Extra spicy. Miss Shen, are you used to eating this kind of food? Shen Qingqiu looked at the large pot of boiling, bright red broth, and stayed completely silent. Her assistant, Chen Jing, looked like she was about to cry. She kept winking and making faces at me, signaling me. Hurry up and say you can't take it. Hurry up and say you want to leave. An arrogant voice suddenly cut in. Well, if it isn't young Master Lu, how did you fall so low that you're eating this kind of garbage? Lin Zixian had always hated my guts. Beside him were a few lackeys looking at me with mocking expressions. The expression on Lin Zixian's face was quite a sight. Shock, but also an unconcealable jealousy. Boss Shen.
Why are you here?
Shen Qingqiu couldn't even be bothered to spare him a single glance. Lin Zixian had to take his anger out on me. Lu Xinye, you've got some nerve. How dare you bring Boss Shen to a place like this? How dare you bring Boss Shen to a place like this?
What are you plotting?
I like it, so what? Is it any of your business? This idiot is actually a great wingman. Hurry up and insult me some more, so Shen Qingqiu will be completely disappointed in me. Boss Shen, don't let him fool you. Has just an uneducated, useless piece of trash. Being with him is just degrading yourself. The crowd of onlookers was growing larger by the second. I was practically bursting with joy inside.
Yes, yes, yes.
Great insults. It's best if you just call me a scumbag and a piece of trash. Shen Qingqiu finally reacted. She slowly looked up. Her bone-chilling gaze fell on Lin Zixian. Are you done talking nonsense?
Boss Shen.
I'm doing this entirely for your own good. Shen Qingqiu slightly curled her lips, forming an incredibly cold smile. My personal affairs? Since when is it your turn to butt in and point fingers? Furthermore, she reached out her hand. With an incredibly natural motion, she linked her arm through mine. Whether Hei's useless or not, I know much better than you do. Besides, even if he really is useless, I still like him. The entire night market seemed to instantly hit the mute button. Lin Zixian's jaw dropped so wide you could shove an egg in it.
What did she say?
Likes me. No way. Did she misspeak? Sister, you're the cold, aloof female CEO. Your image is completely shattered. Do you know that? Shen Qingqiu seemed to sense my body stiffen. She held onto my arm and squeezed it a little tighter. Then she pulled me down to sit at the greasy table. Boss, 2 bowls of spicy noodles.
1 bowl not spicy.
Thank you, boss.
As if waking from a dream, the stall owner hurriedly turned around to cook the noodles. Lin Zixian's face turned an ugly shade of liver purple. Shen Qingqiu, you're gonna regret this. He dropped a bitter remark, then slinked away with his lackeys. I watched his pathetic retreating figure, but I didn't feel the slightest bit of satisfaction. Right now, I just want to bury my head and cry. Sister, what exactly are you trying to do? Tomorrow's front page headline is definitely going to be Iceberg CEO infatuated with trash. How can I peacefully lay flat after this? The spicy hot pot was quickly served. Taking advantage of the moment, Qingqiu picked up her chopsticks, gracefully picked up a piece of green vegetable, and chewed it slowly and carefully. Aren't you going to eat?
Eat what?
My mind is a tangled mess. This woman is terrifying. She completely defies all logic. I feel like Sun Wukong. No matter how hard I struggle, I picked up my chopsticks and absent-mindedly grabbed a few bites. The spiciness shot straight to the top of my head. A pristine white handkerchief was handed to me. It was Shen Qingqiu's. If you can't handle spicy food, then don't force yourself. I took the handkerchief and hastily wiped my mouth. My face felt burning hot. I don't know if it was from the spice or for some other reason. That night, I completely lost sleep. Shen Qingqiu's words kept echoing in my head. Even if he is useless, I still like him. Early the next morning,